Today we're going to learn all about Alma Woodsey Thomas. Alma Woodsey Thomas was a famous African-American artist who was born in 1891. Not only was she an artist, but she was also an art teacher, and she loved to paint beautiful and colorful pictures. Many of her artworks include all of the colors of the rainbow. Alma Thomas loved using different paint mediums, or types of paints, including watercolor paint, oil paint, and acrylic paints. Her paintings are well known for the rhythm, color, and patterns that she used. Have you heard the word rhythm before? You may have heard this word in music class. Rhythm in art can be shown with repeating lines, colors, and shapes. It is similar to the rhythm that music has, but instead of using sounds, rhythm is created with colors and shapes. Alma Thomas's paintings look similar to mosaic artworks. A mosaic is a type of artwork made from tiny pieces placed next to each other to create a picture. Traditionally, artists have created mosaics using tile, stone, or glass, but Alma Woodsey Thomas uses paint. Some of her most well-known paintings include concentric circles, which basically are just circles inside of circles inside of circles. They start in the center and get bigger and bigger as they go out towards the edge of the page. Using concentric circle designs in some of her paintings is another way that Alma creates rhythm in her art. Today we are going to create an artwork that is inspired by Alma Woodsey Thomas's beautiful and colorful paintings. So let's get started. For our project this week, we are going to be using Alma Woodsey Thomas's concentric circle artwork as inspiration for our own artwork. We're going to be including rhythm, a variety of different colors and lines, and we're also going to talk about shape a little bit. For this project, you're going to need a piece of paper and something to draw with. I have a black marker, but you could use a pencil or a pen or a black crayon. You're also going to need some coloring supplies. You can use whatever medium you want. I'm going to be using markers today, but you could use paint, crayons, pastels, colored pencils, or whatever you would like. So let's get started. I have my piece of paper, and you can choose if you want your piece of paper turned tall ways or long ways. I think I'm going to go with long ways. And I'm going to choose a shape. So choose a shape that you want to draw, and that will start our drawing. Now, your shape can be on the side, in the middle, wherever you would like it to be on your paper. I think I'm going to draw a star shape in the center or the middle of my page here. Stars are really hard to draw, so I suggest drawing something that you feel comfortable with. Maybe a heart, a circle, a triangle, a square. It's up to you. You can also practice drawing that shape first with a pencil, and when it looks good, you can trace it with your black marker or pen. So now I am just coloring my shape in with a color of my choice, and I chose my very favorite color, green. There we go. So the next step after you have drawn your shape and colored it in is to start making these little dashed lines all around your shape. You can choose whatever color you would like. I am going to go with warm colors because I used a nice cool color, green, to color in my shape. So I'm going to add these dashes just all the way around, turning my paper as I work, so it's a little bit easier for me to get a straight line. Okay, looks pretty good. You can see that I have dashed lines all around my shape. Now if you have a triangle, you would do the same thing. Yours would look different than mine. Same thing if you have a heart or a circle. Just remember to follow the natural outline of your shape with your colors. Now, if you wanted to use rainbow colors, that is fine by me. I am going to start, like I said, with warm colors, and then I'm going to transition or switch into cool colors. Now you see all of my lines look like they are the same shape and size, but let's kick it up a notch. I'm going to use a variety of different types of lines. So that means I'm going to use lines that are different. I have some lines that are similar, but these lines that I'm drawing are much thicker than the first set of lines that I drew. If you want to add some variety with the types of lines around your shape, making some thin lines and some thick lines, go right ahead. So I'm just going to continue adding my dashed lines all around my shape, turning my paper as I work. Take a look here. So it looks like this outline that I'm showing with my finger here, it's not quite star-shaped anymore. It's more rounded, kind of more of an organic shape. And that's just fine. That's what's supposed to happen. I think it's time for some cool colors. So I'm going to go in with some cooler colors now, like greens, blues, and purples to finish up my picture. I'm now using some thicker lines to add more variety to my artwork and continuing my lines all the way around my shape until I reach the edge of my page. Okay, Houston, we have a problem. We have run out of room here for our color. So what we're going to do is just pretend that that color continues off of the paper, but we're not going to draw. We're just going to lift our marker and then continue on our way with our lines. So let's see what that might look like. I'm going to start with my next color. I'm using purple here, and I'm just going to continue my lines all the way around my shape, and when I run into an edge here where I can't draw anymore, all I'm going to do is just lift my marker and continue on with my lines. We're going to do the same thing here and just continue making our lines all the way around our shape. I'm almost finished. I just have these 4 corners left. Now for this final line, or these last few lines, I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm going to add more variety to my artwork by adding a dotted line instead of dashed lines. So I'm just using my next color and drawing little dots. Now if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. You could just stick with your dashed or broken lines. But I think that this adds something really interesting to my artwork, and that is variety. Almost done. I just have one more layer of lines. All done. There is my completed artwork that's inspired by Alma Woodsey Thomas. You see that I included a variety of different kinds of lines around my shape, and I also have a variety of colors. I have lots of different colors here. My artwork has rhythm because I used some of the same types of lines all throughout my artwork. I have some thin lines, I have some thick lines, but I made sure to repeat each of those throughout my work, and then I threw in that dotted line just for fun. Okay everyone, I hope that you have fun creating your Alma Woodsey Thomas inspired artwork this week. I can't wait to see what shapes you chose, and of course, what colors. Have fun!